for me.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Martin Fitzwater. Although he dropped down one spot compared to his last Olympia, which was top 4, when he made his Olympia debut last year. But still the man emerged victorious after the Olympia this year, because the fact is nobody had him beating the mutant, especially after the Pittsburgh Pro. But the man once again impressed us all. So even if Martin would not have placed top 5, this would have been a victory for him, since the physique that he brought to this year's Olympia stage, that was absolutely insane. So there are people in the industry who believe that if Samson wasn't the defending champion here, Martin probably would have beaten him. So this was undoubtedly the most symmetrical as well as the most aesthetic version of Martin Fitzwater to ever step on the stage. His waist was looking non-existent. So what is next for Martin Fitzwater? Well, the man has decided to enter the upcoming Prague Pro against Keone in 2 weeks' time, the same way he did last year against Chris Bumstead. So this was confirmed by AJ Kelly on IG. Now do not forget, he is the defending Prague Pro champion, and if he peaks the way he did for the Olympia this year, there is gonna be an awesome battle between him, Keone, and Michael Krizo. Now, for his other big announcement that was dropped by Martin in his post-Olympia interview is that he has already filled his Arnold, Ohio application for next year. So there is that confirmation from first Olympia top 5 that he will be doing next year's Arnold.
The application for the Arnold is already filled out. You guys will see me in March, and you'll see maybe a pound or 2 heavier physique with the same conditioning.
And his application this time, that will be 100% accepted, as he is one of the biggest name in bodybuilding right now. And the fact that the Arnold now, that has become the biggest bodybuilding show in regards to prize money, as the Arnold is giving out $750,000, while the Olympia this year, they gave out $600,000. There is a chance we might see some very big names in there. So this was a pure redemption arc for Martin after a bad showing at the Pittsburgh Pro. And I am very confident that he is gonna be a contender to fight for the Arnold title next year. Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. So the reigning and 2 times Olympia champion, Derek Lunsford, also made an official response after the Olympia this year, and without even saying anything, he said enough with this medal. So it has only been 24 hours since Derek won, and that was his 3rd biggest title in this calendar year, and this was the most prestigious bodybuilding title. And the man is already being asked whether he will do the Arnold, Ohio next year. So he said that this is the time for him to be with his family, and there is a high chance that he won't do any competition anytime soon, and he's only gonna be focused on the Olympia next year.
I think it's time for me to be dad and husband. So I'm gonna focus on that right now. I think your wife agrees.
So Derek already said that he felt extremely exhausted towards the end of this prep. So never once in the bodybuilding history has there been an athlete who has won 3 major shows in a single year, which were scheduled months apart. Yes, people have won back-to-back shows, but talk about winning the Arnold as well as reclaiming the Olympia title. It has never been done. So he almost prepped for this entire year, and the man is fairly young. And the best case scenario for Derek, that would be giving his body the much needed rest, the break, detox and recover. I know we all want to see the reigning Olympia champion compete more than once per year, but Samson Dauda did that this year, and he paid a very heavy price for that. So I won't be surprised if Derek just focuses on defending his Olympia title. So Keone Pearson was pushed extremely hard by Sean Carida at the Olympia this year, and Michael Krizo will most probably beat Sean. So does that mean this upcoming battle between Keone and Krizo, that is also gonna be a very close one. So less than 2 weeks out, and we will find out. But first, Krizo is ready to earn his Olympia spot for next year at this upcoming British Grand Prix, which is happening 1 week from now. And I just wanna say, based on this 1 week out physique update, Krizo is showcasing the most symmetrical physique of his career. So this is the first time Krizo is showcasing a very impressive X-frame. Now we do not know whether he has been wearing a waist trainer or not, or is it just because this time the man has been putting so much time and effort into posing and presentation. But I must say the waist on him, that is looking very good here. So the list for the British Grand Prix, that will be out later today. But the two guys who are confirmed, who are gonna be there at this show, they are James Hollingshead and Sazan Hirati. And we saw how Krizo comfortably beat Sazan Hirati earlier this year, and Saz beat James Hollingshead. So Krizo right now is the favorite to win this show and to secure his Olympia spot. So where do you guys think Krizo would have placed at the Olympia this year? Let me know in the comments down below. So to any one of you guys who haven't seen the classic scorecards, it was an insanely close battle between Ramon and Mike. It was merely a 1-point difference in favor of Ramon, but a very well-deserved win. So the fact that Terence wasn't in contention for this year's classic physique title or even a second place finish, despite being the most classic guy in there in that top 3, that simply suggests that the judges need to see more muscle, more size on him, despite the fact that he put on so much muscle, so much mass since the Olympia back in 2023. So this right here is an awesome picture of Ramon and Derek Lunsford from the Champions Seminar. And all of us who have followed Ramon's journey to the top, not just this year, for so many years, they know that this time he was training with Derek Lunsford almost throughout the year. And he did give Derek some credit on instilling that champion mentality into him.
The great brotherhood at the Olympia level. Helping out with Ramon.
So it was an awesome moment when Ramon made his entry into the dark sport booth earlier today. The crowd, the athletes, they were all so hyped up to see Ramon hit some classic shots. And this is definitely Ramon's moment. So we were having this discussion prior to the Olympia this year that Ramon should consider switching over to the men's open bodybuilding, just like Orskalashensky. But after him winning his first ever classic Olympia title, there is zero chance of him making that switch now to the open bodybuilding at least anytime soon. There is simply no point of doing that. So what Ramon brought to the Olympia stage this year, that was truly spectacular. He was ripped, but at the same time, he had that muscle density the same way he did back in 2022. He had that pop, that wow factor. So he will continue to compete in Classic and hold on to that Olympia title for as long as he can. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.